side, you can actually see the first page dripped a little bit over here, but it's not that bad. And so, if you know the show Shaun the Sheep, it's inspired the cover by the show, so I really love it. And then I drew it with pencils first, but I didn't like it, so I put a little bit of color on it. And then here we got our starting and end date. It didn't even take 2 full months, so I'm really happy with it, because those are like full 40 pages that I filled in. Yeah, we are just going to see that over here as well, because just did a little bit of arms studies. I've really been into arms studies on that point. I have to repeat them at some point, because I didn't do them in quite a long time by now. I think like 3 weeks, and it's already gone, like most of it. And then I just wanted to put a little bit of color, and so this situation right here happened, I guess. So this page actually is really nice, because I was sitting in the train and I was just sketching out what I saw here. You can see me and here as well. And then over here it's in German, but you don't have to understand it. But I was sitting in the train, and then we got an announcement, and they were like, oh yeah, I guess we are terribly sorry, but there is an unplanned mistake on the rails, so we gotta just stay here for I don't know how long. And then we just stood there for I think half an hour, waiting for the rails to be repaired again, so that we can continue our ride. And you can see this pen all over the sketchbook, because I fell in love with my ink pen. It's this one over here. It's from Tombro. It's I think Japan, kinda. It's lovely. I love drawing with it, so you will see it quite frankly often here. Then I was just sketching out, because I thought, how would the cover look? It didn't go according to this plan, but from the coffee cups I was like, I want to do a little shelf, and then this situation happened. And here I really loved the plant, the Monstera, and so we went from the Monstera to... okay, we didn't went to there, that's coming later. But these people were all just sitting in a train, and I was like, maybe just sketch them. And then one of them was eating a croissant. It was like, oh, I would love to eat some pastry right now. So I drew the croissant, a cup of coffee, and fried egg. I don't know where that one came from. Yeah, but really messy, really interesting. But this was the point where I started to take a different pencil with me each day, in order to make it a little bit more diverse in here. Yeah, it's really difficult. And then here we have the Monstera plant drawing, because a little Christmas tree, you know, and then around it just tons of plants, and back here a little window, and then just more people sitting in the train. The majority of the time when I was drawing in the sketchbook, I was sitting in the train, so we have a lot of train people in here. Yeah, and then we just continue. Those faces are quite wonky, and then we have the all proponents eye. Everybody knows the eye face you have at some point. Yeah, welcome. And I remember that I drew the shadows first, and then I drew the faces over them. So I'm quite proud of this one, because the relation between the different features isn't that bad. Then just, we skipped another page, okay. Here, this was actually quite funny, because with those I was sitting... No, with this one, I was sitting in a lecture, and those are just random slides that were on front, and I was just drawing a couple of them. And then this one again, random faces from the train. We saw this a couple of times. Then here I went into the I need to practice anatomy phase, and you can see from the underdrawing that I did not get it right on the first try, so I had to pull up a reference, but it got better from there on, I guess. Oh yes, this is actually my favorite spread from the whole sketchbook, I think, because I really like this combination of this orange and this like black detailed stuff. And so this one is supposed to be a poster from here, and this actually inspired one of my recent paintings that I will just show you here. I think it turned out lovely, and so you can see this is how the ideas came. And on the next side, I just drew out this idea from the poster squares. So here you can see how my idea sketches look. They're really, really wonky. This one also really wonky. It was just a drawing along as you go kind of thing. I really don't know what it is. It's existing, and that's all we have to say here. Then, I really like this page because I can tell you quite a lot about it. So I was sitting in the cafeteria of my university when I saw this random dude, and Matt and Stuart from, I hope he's called Stuart, from Australia, and they are just like a gay couple who renovate their house, and I love the decorations. I'm a sucker for it, alright? Just maximalism on the go, it's lovely. And so this guy in particular, sitting in my cafe, was looking like one of them, and I was like, I want to draw you. And so I started with this face, really wonky, and then we continued along, and I think he looks quite similar to the person I wanted to paint, and I'm really happy with it. And so he had a mug with him with hot chocolate. And I was like, that mug is really wonky because it has like this weird glass handle on it. You can't really grip it that tightly. You just have to see how you can take a sip every time then and there. And so I was like, I want to draw this cup because it looks interesting. I haven't seen this kind of handle before. And that's how this spread originated. Then here we have our halfway mark, happy guy. It was supposed to be a little bit smaller of a person, but I guess here we are. And then again, back on the train, the stroller and the bike section. And then I just took it and made a little illustration out of it. And this is what I came up with in the end. So I kind of like it. It could be a nice icon or something like this. We will look into it at some point again, but not now. Then here, just a film roll. I don't know, random, I guess. And then another guy from train. He was really tired, so you can see his wrinkles over here. His 3 days beard started already, greasy hair, and I was like, you know what, you look drawable. So I drew him and his cup of coffee, which he clamped down on, because I don't think that this human would have survived the day without his cup of coffee. So I dedicated the own page to it. And I think the bean here looks way better than over there, but that's just my opinion. Then here I'm really proud of this face because I was just randomly grabbing one of my green pens and I just sketched that without any reference, nothing. So that's really nice, and I named him Caleb because to me he looks like a Caleb, you know? And then next to it, this one is actually inspired by one of my other projects, my embroidery project. If you haven't heard of it, I try to embroider like a sea of beads with sea mines in it, and this is one of the things that I just randomly saw and I was like, I want to draw this one. Then here, just some face practice. They look acceptable. I don't like them that much, but oh well. You also have a bad day at some times. Okay, this one is actually quite a funny story because I was sitting in the office when my PC just randomly shut down for around 20 minutes and I wasn't able to reboot it. Nothing was alright when I wanted to do anything. So I just took out my sketchbook and I drew random supply on my desk, and this is not correct because I did the wrong order, so I'm sorry for that, for any mathematics that are out there. But yeah, that's what I do when I can't work. I draw. Then here, really random faces again, not from the train, but just from imagination. That's also why he's kind of wonky. And then the cat, who is literally she's just judging him, okay? How do I know it's a she? Just look in the eyes. It's a she, I know that. But yeah, she's judging him, and that's completely alright because I judge him as well. Then this, one of my friends, a lovely person, yes. I didn't capture him that well, he looks really off, but oh well, what can I do? And then here I just wanted to paint like a person, but I was like, it doesn't look that good, so it became pasta with plants. I don't know how that happened, it just happened. But I don't think that it looks that bad, it's just really weird. But that's where the good ideas come from, don't they? Then here, another person from imagination. I don't know what I have with him, but he's always there. He's saying, I stuck with you. And then here another random drawings. I wanted to draw a cat. The cat looks like a dog, so is it a cat, is it a dog? I don't know, I still don't know. Kind of looks like a pit bull. Or is it just me? I don't know. We will just see. And then I like the ship idea. It's really cute. I want to do something similar to this, but I have to redraw it because it's really, really ugly. Maybe I will do it at some point. And then this is actually really cute because I was online scrolling on Instagram, and then there was just this little dog, and I was like, oh, you're so cute, but I really, really wanted a cup of coffee. And I was like, you know what, I can combine those two. So why not make a golden retriever serve me Starbucks? And then I painted this blue, but I actually want him to be like golden brown, and this background to be a dark brown, and then this one I just wanted it to be green, like really nice, darkish, vibrant green. Yeah, and then a tea kettle with coffee in it. It would look lovely. So I painted him in his state, and he's a little bit sassy, I think, but he's lovely. And I think that's already the end. Yes, oh my god. So another cup of coffee because I was in the theme. It was the same day as you can see here. And I always end my sketchbooks with the end page. And so that's that, yeah. I haven't shown you the cover because it's quite ugly. But that was my travel sketchbook for 2 months, and now we will just start a new one, I guess. And that's basically it, guys. I hope you have a lovely day. If you don't mind, subscribe and leave a like. It would help me out a lot. And we will just see each other in, I think, 2 weeks from now. Something like this. I will upload a lovely travel vlog. So be on the lookout for that. And then I just give you some kisses and wish you a wonderful new year.